Hello friends, welcome again to my channel PTE Learn for Free. Today we are going to talk about the topic describe image. Before that, I would like to thanks for the overwhelming response and the feedback which you are giving, the videos that you are liking. I hope that are helping you to get good marks in PTE. And I would request you to please subscribe my channel. Comment and like the videos if you like, and also comment in the make some comment in the comment section or whatever topics or tips and tricks which you would like me to make video on and which will help you to pass the examination. So today I'm going to speak about describe image. I've been getting a lot of feedback from various of my followers and other people about describe image, the tips and tricks. They're really struggling in describe image, how to go about it. Do I need to speak the conclusion? Do I need to follow a template? Blah blah blah. So all these queries which many of you have, I'm going to try to resolve in this video by giving you a very easy tips which I had followed in my examination when I was giving PT. First of all, in my channel PT Learn for Free, I have already uploaded a video which has a list of all the described image which comes in PTE. Means you have all the questions over there which normally comes in described image examination. So guys, please go through that video, see the images, try to practice those images. I know there are many folks who are giving examination 2 times, 3 times, or 4 times because of they are not getting their desired score. Now, you would be you would have come across certain image in your examination which you would have found it difficult to speak during the examination. So if you go to that video in my channel PT describe image questions, you will definitely find out that video, and the image, and I would like you to pick that image and practice that image using the tips and tricks which I'm going to tell you today, so that you don't falter again when if you by chance get the same picture. So go to that video, see all the questions of describe image which PT normally gives in their examination, and I've given you that questions for retrieve for free, so you have all the question back in your hand. So go and make full utilize of that. So coming to describe image, now describe image section is in your speaking module. It solely contributes to speaking module, doesn't contributes to any other module, listening, reading, or writing. And whatever thing that you do in speaking will only affect your speaking score. So speaking, as we all know, the main criteria is number one is fluency, number two is pronunciation, and three is content. So guys, if you are really struggling in speaking, then definitely you need to improve fluency. Fluency is like you need to speak continuously without any stops or pauses or falter or if nothing like that, so that it looks like a normal talk to the computer, normal talk to the interpreter who is basically going to record your voice. So be very careful on that. And describe image is exactly depends upon how good you are speaking the image, how fluent you are while speaking the image. So I will show you the tips and tricks which I used to follow in my examination, and be any graph. I'm giving you guarantee that be any graph, line graph, bar graph, pie chart, any other image. If you follow these tips, you will definitely get full percent on fluency, pronunciation, and content, 100% for sure, right? So moving to the next, the tips and tricks. So you'll be given an image, maybe a graph or a picture will be shown to you, and you will be given a 25 seconds to just analyze the picture before the recording starts, where you start recording your answer. So you only have 25 seconds to speak, to prepare, sorry. So 25 seconds is not that enough for you to prepare that pick. So sometimes you land up in a very difficult image, and you try to understand like from where I should start, where I should continue, how should I begin, blah blah blah, all these things. So guys, don't worry about that. I will tell you how to go about it. So number one, yes, speak continuously, fluently, avoid taking any pause, and don't stop talking. Like, for example, the given picture is about, then you look at the picture and say, oh, it's about COVID. As we can clearly see that, don't do that, right? You need to speak fluently as if like you are reading a newspaper, or you're reading a sentence, or you are talking among doing a conversation, you don't take pause. So avoid that. If you're not getting good score in speaking, or you think you are not improving well in describe image, number one, you need to be fluent. So work on that. Don't worry about the grammar, the tenses, past and present tense, or any kind of grammars, he, she, whatever you can use, you use it. Don't think about that, don't stress much about that. You have to only stress about number one is fluency, right? You need to be very sure that whatever content or whatever thing that you are saying, you need to be fluent. Even you are speaking it wrong, or even if you are using some of the words which may not be related to the graph, may not be related to the picture. For example, say suppose you got a pie chart, and instead of pie chart, if you say if this is a bar graph, that's fine, that's totally fine, because they are not going to correct you on that. But if you are saying that fluently, definitely you are going to score mark in fluent, right? So that kind of mistake, like if you see an image talking about boy, and instead of he, you said she, right? Still okay. Don't go and recorrect yourself, and that's where mainly most of the people make mistake. If you think you have made mistake, move on, carry on, speak continuously, but don't stop, so that you are getting full mark in pronunciation and fluency, right? So always remember, you have three criteria: fluency, pronunciation, content. If your content is lagging, then at least you need to make sure that fluency and pronunciation, you're getting full marks. So guys, you'll be given 40 seconds for to record your answer. And this is where I get a lot of questions from you, that whether I should go for whole 40 seconds, whether I should go for 30 seconds, whether I should go for 35 seconds. And I've heard like a lot of YouTubers or a lot of PT teachers are saying, 30 seconds, 35 seconds, 38 seconds. Now for me, I normally speak for 20 seconds, maximum 25 seconds, not more than that. And I know there will be many of you over there who have a problem in speaking, who are not fluent enough. So if you speak for whole 40 seconds, I am giving you 100% assurance that you are bound to make maximum mistakes. So first, don't speak for 40 seconds. If you speak for less, like 20 seconds, you will make very less mistake, or if you speak well, you will not make any mistake. So first focus on 20-25 seconds. Now how you will arrive to that seconds, I will let you know. Okay, so if you go to PT website, they have said a lot of things, like this screenshot I've taken from PT website, and they say that you have 25 seconds before the microphone opens to look carefully at image. Now what PT says is like, identify the main features, the trends, the names of the features of variables in labels, identify the significant features, major contrast changes over the time, blah 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 blah. So what PT is saying, that you need to understand the image, you need to understand their trends, the ups and the downs, the increase or the decrease, the change over the years. So all these things they want you to say, right? Because they want to test your English skills. But hang on, that's not needed at all. If people are more focusing on the content side, to describe that image perfectly, guys, stop that strategy at all. That will not work, that will never work. And because of that, you may be losing scores. So don't focus on so much on the trend or how the picture is, or to be give 100% accuracy of the image in front of you. No, we don't need that. We just need to be fluent. We just need, all the pronunciation should be correct, and the content should be correct. So You don't have to speak all the content, you just have to speak couple of points which I'm going to tell you later how to do it. So moving on, next tips and tricks continue. So as I said, don't worry on the image content too much. You don't have to say each and everything about the image. No, you don't have to say that. You just have to say a couple of things about the image and you are good. Because the other criteria like fluency and pronunciation will do the job. If you keep on describing the image, from everything from y-axis all the way from 0 to let's say 100, then this and that, the trends, ups and downs, you're going to make a lot of mistakes. So don't do that. Take one or two content, describe that and move on. Conclusion, many people are asking whether conclusion is mandatory in a describe image. I don't think it's mandatory, though it's good to have a conclusion, but it's not mandatory. Let's say you are stuck in an image and you have very less time, to complete your answer. You've already reached 35-36 seconds and you don't have enough time to do a conclusion. It's okay, forget it. You don't have to do about don't have to say conclusion. It's not mandatory. So guys, those students who are asking me about conclusion is mandatory or not, it's not mandatory. If you speak well and good, if not, still it's okay, right? You're not going to be deducted marks that you have not said conclusion. So if someone is telling you that you are missing conclusion, forget that. You don't need conclusion. Template method. Now this is what many people are asking, what's the best template? Is it working or not? Is it working or not? What template I should use? Guys, I have never used any template in Describe image, to be honest. If you are going for template method, I would request don't go for it. It's not worth, because there is a lot of trouble. You have to every time go back and forth. You have to look at the template, look at the keyword and say the sentence, putting that keyword in that. You may falter on that, and you have just 40 seconds to complete. So it's like you start the given image is about the topic of, then you look at the picture and then you come back, then you again look at the second keyword, again you come back, and there where you are pausing your sentences, pausing your answer, and that's where PT is giving you cutting your marks and not giving you the full marks. So guys, if you ask me, don't refer to the templates out there. I will show you exactly how it should be done. And for those folks who are good in memorizing and who thinks template is working for them, that's fine, it's your choice. um, but for me, I would suggest you not to use template. uh, just stay in my video and I'll show you the tips and tricks. I will go through some of the images to tell you how to go about it, right? So moving on, yes, now this is my strategy on whenever the describe image comes. This is how I basically go about it. So as you can clearly see, guys, I'm just speaking four sentence and conclusion if I have time, right? There's no template to memorize, there is no keywords to look after, there's no some difficult templates out there. It's just a simple thing that you need to do first is read the subject of the image. It's very important. Secondly, if the image is a graph, then I will describe the x-axis, then I'll go to the y-axis and describe one on the second sentence and the third sentence, and the fourth sentence I will just describe one particular a range, a one particular value, or a couple of values if it's a short graph, or if it's a big graph, one or two values, and I'll move on to conclusion, and that's it. My job is done. I don't have to think about that. I need to cover each and everything of the graph. I need to say each and every content of the graph. I need to take all the keywords. No, these method will definitely give you a good marks in describe image for sure. Number one, the subject. Number two, describe the image on the x-axis. Number two, describe the image on the y-axis, sorry folks, I think the describe a word I misspelled it, so sorry for that. And describe one particular range or one particular value, and then you move on to the conclusion. Now how I'm going to use it, I'll tell you in the next slide. So guys, in the exam you will get an image something like this, right? And we can clearly see it's a line graph, right? So you have 25 seconds, to look into the graph. No, now as I said in my previous slide, what I have to do, I have to read the subject. So my first task would be to know the subject. So the subject is UK unemployment rate 1971 to 2006. So when the recorder starts, I will say the given, you can say line graph, I say the given image. I normally say the image because it can be line graph, bar graph, there can be anything, and sometimes I'm not sure what that picture is normally represent. So I go by the word image because it's a generic and it will fit in all the image which you're going to get in the exam. The first sentence, as we can see, read the subject first. So my first sentence will be obviously the image is about UK unemployment rate from 1971 to 2006. You can say the given image is about this, or you can also say the subject of the given image is about UK unemployment rate from 1971 to 1976, or between 1971 to 2006, sorry. So the given image is about UK unemployment rate from the year. You can add it, you cannot add it, it's up to you. I just read as it is for those people who are struggling in speaking. So you can just read the subject as it is. The given image is about UK unemployment rate 1971 to 2006. So if you mention year, it's well and good. If you still doesn't mention year, it's still okay, because you are judged on fluency, you are judged on pronunciation, you are judged on content. So the content over here in sentence 1, I got full tick in fluency. Fluency. I got full marks in pronunciation. I got full marks in content because I have read the subject correctly. Done. Now let's move to the second subject. Describe image x-axis. So the 25 seconds that, guys, we are going to get time. So first is obviously you have to go on to the subject. Second, you immediately move on to the x-axis, which is the lower part, over here. This is the x. If you can see my mouse, this is the x, and the percentage side is the y. So if you can clearly see that x-axis is basically representing the year, and the y-axis is representing the percentage. It is clearly written over here, percentage. So when I say describe x-axis, so I'm going to simply say, as we can clearly see that the year range, or I can also say that x-axis, because it hardly cares. The PTE hardly cares whether it has, whether there is an x-axis mentioned or not. But I am saying it because I don't want to break my rhythm. I don't want to break my fluency. So I will say the x-axis. As we can clearly see, the x-axis represents the year from 1971 onwards to 1973, 1975, and till 2005. Or you can also say like this: the x-axis represents the year beginning from 1971, 1973, 1975, and continues up to 2005. Done, right? Or you can see or you can also say like the x-axis represents the year ranging from 1971 to 2005. If you want to make more shorter, since we have to speak for 25 seconds, I would definitely say like this. My first sentence: the given image is about UK employment rate from the year 1971 to 2006. We can clearly see that the x-axis represents the year ranging from 1971 to 1973 to 1975, all the way to 2005. Right? So my first sentence and my second sentence is done. Right? Did I made any mistake in fluency? No. Did I stop? Did I took any pause? No. Now, did the pronunciation correctly? There was no such difficult word that I would falter. So yes, I did the pronunciation of all the word correctly. Did I cover the content? Yes, I covered the subject. I covered the year range, right? So see guys how I am trying to read the image, the strategy that I am trying to use of this the method which I've shown here: sentence 1, sentence 2, sentence 3. So sentence 1 and sentence 2 is done for me. Now let's go to sentence 3. So the y-axis represents the percentage starting from the range of 0 to 4, all the way till 14, right? You can also say like that, on the y-axis, the lowest percentage starts from 0 and the highest percentage is 14. In the same way, you can say from the x-axis, the lowest year is 1971, the highest year is 2005, right? Doesn't matter, because PTE is not scoring you on right or wrong. It is only scoring you on fluency, pronunciation and content. Most important is fluency. You need to ensure that the maximum or minimum, it hardly cares. As I said, there's no grammar mistakes over here, right? So how comfortable you are, you need to think about it. You need to strategize how you are going to say your x-axis a content, your y-axis content, right? It's up to you. I have told you a couple of ideas. Now you strategize and find out which is an easier one for you. You can also say like, like the percentage starts from the range of 0, and the mid range is 6 and the highest is 14. Done, that's it. Or you can say the percentage is 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 and 14. That's it, done. Doesn't matter, right? Grammatically you're right or wrong. You are saying the content, you are fluent, and your pronunciation is fine. That's it, done. So my sentence 3 is done. Now the sentence 4 is describe one range. Now when I say one range, is like just one particular content from the graph that I'm going to speak, now over here people normally make mistakes. They went through various YouTube channels, they went through various online sessions. Some teacher would be telling, you need to say like things like drastically increasing, significantly increasing, significantly coming down. As we can see, the graph gradually increases and then it comes down, then there is a sharp decline of the graph, blah 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 blah, right? If you can put that, well and good, right? But I don't want you, to say each and everything of the graph. Like for example, if you see the graph starts, the percentage, the unemployment rate starts from the 1971. No, if you want to say it correctly, if you want to cover all the content, it will be like, the unemployment rate of UK starts from the year 1971, and there was a gradual increase in the percentage in the year 1981 to 12. Then we see a sharp decline in the year 1989 to 7%. Then again it rose to 10 in the year 1995. Then again there was a sharp decline from the year 1999 to 2005, and in 2005 it reached the percentage 5. Boy, that is too much of content. If someone is telling you to tell like this, please run away from him or her. And mind you, this is more than 40 seconds which I have told the content, and it will go beyond 40 seconds, and there where you are making mistakes. So guys, the 25 seconds that you have decided about sentence 1, the subject; sentence 2, this, the x-axis; sentence 3, y-axis. Now in within that 25 second, you have to pick one or two content from this picture, or one and two key points from this picture. So I can say like, in the year 1971, the percentage of the employment was 4. In the year 2005, the percentage came down again to 4. That's one thing you can go about. Or you can say, as we can clearly see, from the year 1971, there was a sharp increase in the unemployment rate, which reached the highest in the year 12, in the year 1985. Then again it gradually fall and reached to its lowest in the year 2005 in the as percentage 5. Doesn't matter. For PT, it doesn't matter which year is high, which year is low. They just want to check your fluency. So sentence 4, you can also say like, in the year 1971, unemployment rate percentage was 4. In the year 1985 it was 12, and in the year 2005 it was again 4. So what I'm trying to show you over here, guys, is I'm trying to show you, you need to identify some of the key points which you are going to say in the sentence for the content sentence. So let's say you say 1971 for the percentage you get unemployment rate was 4%, 1985 it was 12%, 2005 it was again 4 to 5%. Done, you are done. You don't have to say significantly high, significantly down, gradually increases, gradually decreases. For this is for those who are really getting a very low mark in speaking and really struggling with speaking. This is to minimize your effort. This is to ensure that you are getting good mark, because your fluency won't be impacted when you do this, and you don't have to think much about the graph moving up and down and all that, right? So if you ask me how I will say the sentence 4 is like, from the year 1971 we can see there is a gradual increase in the unemployment rate, and it reached 12% in the year 1985. After that there was a sharp decline and it reached the lowest in the year 2005 as percentage 5. Done, right? So you can see that I did not worried about my grammatical mistakes. I did not worry about whether I'm saying the correct percentage, I'm saying the correct on year. It just has to be precise somewhere approx here and there, right? Because for interpreter doesn't will not mark you whether you are saying right, whether you're giving right details of graph or not, right? So this covers my sentence 4. Sentence 5 is conclusion. As I said, if you have time, you can do it. If not, it's not mandatory. But if you have time, you can just say that in conclusion, this image gives accurate information of UK unemployment rate from the 1971 to 2006. In conclusion, this picture gives a very good information about the UK unemployment rate. In conclusion, uh, this image is very true to their unemployment rate from 1971 to 2006. In conclusion, this image gives a very valuable information about unemployment rate 1971 to 2004. So let's move to the next image um, from the line graph. Now so now guys, as we can see that I have told how to go about this method of sentence method for all the images. Now I'm going to implement you in other images and show you how to go about it. Okay, so let's go to image number 2. Now let's start. Okay, so I have 25 seconds. So first thing I'm going to use is subject is road traffic, Great Britain. Cool. Second is x-axis, the year 1952 to 2005. Cool. The third sentence is y-axis, which is kilometers, 100, 200, 300, 400, 500 kilometers. Done. And the fourth is the content. It is the comparison between cars and taxis and the all motor vehicles. So I can say, like, the blue line, light blue line represent cars and taxis, and the dark blue line represent all motor vehicles. Okay, so if I have to start now, I'll start like this. Okay, the given image is about road traffic in Great Britain. As we can clearly see in the x-axis, the year is from 1950 to 1960, 1968, all the way to 2000 to 2005. On the y-axis we have the range of kilometers starting from 0, 100, 200, all the way to 500. This graph compares the traffic between the cars and taxis and all motor vehicles. The light blue line represents the cars, taxis, and the dark blue line represent all motor vehicles. In the year 1952, the number of kilometers of car and taxis was 100, which increased drastically to 400. But at the end, all motor vehicles had more traffic in throughout the year compared to cars and taxis. In conclusion, this image provides a very good information about the road traffic in Great Britain. Done. That's it. Move on next. Guys, one more thing I want to point it out here. There are a lot of people who are also asking me, like, if I complete my speaking within 20 seconds, whether I need to wait for whole 40 seconds to get over, or shall I click next. The moment you click, the moment you finish your answer, you click next. You don't have to wait. It's for all the speaking section, for repeat sentence, for read aloud, for describe image, right? Let's move on to the other graph, and let's do the practice again. Guys, one more thing I want to tell you, that when you have a 25-second and you, let's say you come across certain word which is difficult for you to pronounce, so you can avoid it. You can avoid totally speaking about that particular section of the graph, right? Let's say sub-Saharan Africa, you will find it is kind of like a tongue twister. Sub-Saharan, you will falter on that. Don't speak about that. Speak about the other part, but you can leave that altogether, so that your fluency pronunciation is not impacted. So these kind of little things you need to be very sure when you are speaking a describe image, right? So now I have 25 seconds, so I will prepare. So first I will say look about the subject, adult literacy by region, right? Then I will look about sentence one. Now this is a bar graph, it doesn't have the x-axis and y-axis, so I will say this image provide information about literacy rate of world, Latin America, Asia and Arab states, and the census rates were from the range of 77 to 87, from 53 to 70, and from 55 to 77, like that. I don't have to worry about whether I'm saying it correctly or not. I just have to speak fluently. So I will do like that. So here we go. The given image speaks about adult literacy by region. As we can see clearly that the literacy by region is from the world, Latin America and the Caribbean, Asia, Arab states. The rate census from the year 2000-2004 for world is 77-87, for Sub-Saharan Africa is 53-70, for Latin America is 89-91, for Asia is 73-86, for Arab states 55-76. Guys, you can say like this, if you thought 25 seconds was very less for you to prepare the graph, but if you closely look, this graph speaks about female and male census. So light blue is female, dark blue is male. So you can also say that in the graph we can clearly see that the light blue content represents the male and the dark blue represents the female. So it's up to you. I'm just telling you how to go about. There's numerous way, but you don't have to stick to your template to speak in describe image. Let's move on to the next slide. So okay, so there's another picture over here, and let's use the sentence strategy. The given line graph speaks about economic contents of Philippines from 2004. As we can clearly see, the y-axis, the year is from the range 2000-2004, and the consumer price is from 80 to 160. In the year 200, the consumer price was 100. In the year 2002, it was 115, and in the year 2000, it was peaked at around 120. In conclusion, this graph provides a very accurate information about the economic condition of the Philippines. So guys, this is how I would go about describe image, and I hope this strategy will help you to prepare the image, prepare the describe image in your exams, and will help you to give a good score. Thank you. Do like and subscribe my video PT Learn, and tell me in the comment and feedbacks if you want any other videos. Thank you. Have a nice day.